All right. It's that time. It's time for Beyond Sight and Sound. Let's do this.
Hey boys and girls, we are going to talk about S&W shooters and prospectors. What is S&W shooters and prospectors?
We at S&W Shooters and Prospectors help people find treasure.
Did you say treasure?
Yes, treasure. Just listen to this amazing review from our happy customer, Jackie Sparrow.
Chocolate ship shape and a pleasure to deal with. I was able to buy everything that I needed at prices that were shillings less than others. I found my 9 pieces of meat in no time. Savvy?
I know you're asking yourself, why should I shop at S&W Shooter and Prospectors?
Chuck Smalley has over 45 years of metal detecting experience. He works with each customer one-on-one to customize their setup to match their skill level.
So if you always dreamt of being a pirate, contact Chuck at S&W Shooters and Prospectors and he'll take a great deal for you.
Eye patch and rum not included.
Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show.
All right. We're back. We're live. Hopefully with 0 glitches right off the rip. I don't know. We'll see. See here. I guess sound off in the chat. Well, looks like somebody knows I'm around. Okay. Yeah, Kevin says sounds good here. Sounds good. Yep. Suki, your phone's not working or you've got it shut off. Just saying. Public service announcement. Oh, well, I'll tell you what. Thankfully, no ghost in the machine this time. That was a bit odd for the memorial show, and I'm telling you, I'm not the only one that had strange things going on that evening. I've heard from some other people. Interesting. We'll put it that way. And the cricket that appeared in the studio that afternoon that was no more a couple of minutes before we went live, I have since to hear again. I don't know. A message, maybe? Who knows? There have been some odd coincidences. We'll just leave it at that. So, I guess first off, Sunday, I was kind of a little MIA, you could say. We had some things come up. Last weekend was a very hectic weekend. I mean, Thursday and Friday, we were trying to get parts and materials around for shelving. Saturday, we started off with dropping a tower for a TV antenna. And we figured the hard part was going to be getting it down, but the hard part was actually getting it apart. The easy part was getting it down. I mean, we had it down in 10 minutes. And then spent the next few hours fighting the sun, or what felt like the next few hours, just to turn around and come back and try to get some shelving installed real quick, which, hey, that all turned out pretty well. Pretty well. So that's a plus. And then on to Sunday, where we had to go over and take care of some things for another friend. And I kind of figured that that could run into the nighttime hours. And we checked, I don't know, 5:30, 6 o'clock, I think. I checked to see about where we were sitting on everything and decided, I kind of figured if we were coming over to do this stuff, we were going to try to get as much of it done as we could. So I had already kind of reserved myself to the fact that there would be no show. So I'll take a break. Everybody else can keep working. And I'll make a post that there's no show tonight. So that's what I did. Good evening, Jason. Also, we see that Barb's in. And let's see here. Yeah, that's actually what we did, Bill. I mean, couple of the sections did come apart, no problem. But then the problem areas, we regrouped and grabbed a bottle jack and actually for us, we used a small bottle jack and 2 4x4s. But you get, the same principle. It got the job done. Got that all loaded up, and actually Sunday we were loading things into a trailer to dispose of as it was trying to spit rain. And I get back here and find out that while we were doing that, barely catching a breeze if we were lucky, over in a neighboring county, they had a tornado touchdown that flattened the sheriff's department and the American Legion. So maybe it was a good idea that I wasn't live Sunday. I mean, as far as I know, I think the weather here was okay, but who knows? I mean, I wasn't even. I know this is going to sound crazy. We've got storms all over the place, tornadoes are dropping, and I'm nowhere near the house. I'm 12 miles away in another town, working outside. Some people, I don't know, some of us just maybe should use a little better judgment sometimes. But seriously, all joking aside, I mean, the weather didn't seem bad where we were. And it was nice to see the rain for a change. We needed it. And then we got more Monday. A little bit. A little more last night. And as much as I hate to say it, we still need more. We still need more rain. And I see Ohio Relic Hunter was going to, he was going to get out and do some detecting today. But, well, somebody had other plans on that, I guess. Let's see. Really? I see. Barb says she was here before me. Actually, it can't work that way because I'm the one that opens the room so that everybody can show up. But nice try. I mean, hey, it works. If that's the way you want to tell the story, it works. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. So yeah, it was something else. And then obviously last Wednesday, we didn't get much of a chance. I mean, I did make quick mention of it before we brought Butch and Gypsy in, which, by the way, congratulations once again to Scott McClurry. I see that he has already received Butch's half of the giveaway. And the way it sounds, apparently he's looking forward to the reading. So good for him. Congrats to Scott once again. So I had mentioned it briefly at the beginning of the show with Butch and Gypsy that thanks once again to those who had dropped in for basically the memorial show for Mike Lacomette. And once again, it was sad to hear the news. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family and friends. And we have sent cards out to his daughters. So nice little gesture. And I want to say, yeah, his daughter Marissa, because we had this 20-minute clip, this 20-minute lead-in clip that we were going to play on that memorial show. And since we had the Ghost in the Machine, I stitched it back together for the podcast distribution side, which also carried over to YouTube then under just the video section, not the live section. And his daughter actually got a chance to hear it and had commented and said, hey, it was really great to get to hear Dad laughing and having such a great time. Thanks for doing that. Which, that's the reason why I chose that particular clip. Was because of the fact that I thought that showed him enjoying the hobby and doing what he loved and just genuinely having a good time. You could listen to that clip and you could tell how much fun he was having at that event. And that's why I chose that clip. And now by having it stitched together on the podcast distribution side and over on the YouTube side, it's been archived for posterity, basically. Any of us that knew Mike, whether we met him or not, can go back and listen to that clip at any given point in time. I mean, it goes without saying, he will not be forgotten anyway. But, really good clip. Really good clip. And his daughter really appreciated it. So that's good. I'm glad the family didn't take offense. Because that's not what it was meant. That's not why I put the work into that clip. It was not to offend anybody, nothing like that. So it was good. And like I said, let's see here. Oh, Alan says they canceled their club hunt Sunday because of the storms. Wow. Well, that could be for the best, though. Definitely. Speaking of which, Alan, I need to get a message to you or John and see when we can get you gentlemen scheduled to do a recap of Digfest. So far, I've heard good things. A lot of people found a lot of nice stuff. Not that that's any big surprise. I knew I was going to hear good things. That's the way it's went in the past. That's the way it continues to go. But yeah, we definitely got to get that done. And let's see what is going on here. Somebody else. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was crazy, all the finds that were made. So, we've got to get John and Alan, or John or Alan, however it works out. Whatever is best for you two, your schedules, you know how it works. And we'll try to get you guys scheduled somewhere in the pipeline to do a recap of DigFest. Always good to let people know what was going on. Helps promote it a little bit. And then obviously when it's time to start letting loose about DigFest 25, we'll be here with an open door and plenty of floor time for you two. Definitely. And then also with the memorial show, there were a number of people. I believe Scott is the one that originally brought it up, and I'm like, yes, I like that idea about doing a Mike Laquamet edition, Dig Your Plug. And we're going to try to make that happen. It'll probably be sometime next month, sometime this coming month, maybe towards the end of October. That's tentatively. We'll see what happens. So I've heard from people that there were a couple of people in the chat that had mentioned that they could possibly donate some tokens or something like that they had won from previous giveaways with Mike. So in a sense, it's kind of like him handing them out all over again. So I know that there were a couple of people that had mentioned that. If that's something you would like to do, be sure and message me at Josh Kimmel, not Beyond Sight and Sound. That way then we can see about getting the board set. There was a package that came in with some items in it for the board. And we do appreciate that. That package was sent anonymously. So that's all I can do is say thank you to whoever you are, whoever you may be. But I'm sure if you're listening, you know who you are. And that's how we do that. Because, hey, if it's sent anonymously, I got no clue who it is. I can't say. But it was very nice of whomever to send said package. And that's how we'll leave that one. So, like I said, if anybody else would like to make a donation to that, they can always message me at Josh Kimmel, and we can see what we can do. And we will try. Like I said, I've got to see what the scheduling is looking like. We'll see. Maybe we can squeeze one in somewhere around the end of the month. Not the end of this month. History Digger, welcome aboard, Rob. Shout out to Rob Rizzo. Looks like I see Alan saying next week will work. I'll have to look and see what days I've got open and get back to you if that was directed at me, Alan. Because I know, well, let's see. This Sunday, all right, now you're going to make me think. Let me see here. Okay, so this Sunday, the 29th, we've got the England recap. And I believe this coming Wednesday, we've got Indiana Tones. For those who, I mean, you folks have seen his videos. Check out his YouTube channel if you haven't. But that's Lou DeFeo. And I believe, I've got to go back and check my messages. I believe we've got Indiana Tones scheduled for the 2nd. And this Sunday, we've got the England recap. I might have next Sunday open. Maybe. I don't know. I've got a few messages that are out there in limbo that I really need to write them down, actually. That way it's a little easier to keep track of the dates. It helps a little bit. So for those that have been wondering or don't already know, Chuck is back from England. But it was a very long flight, as those of you that have been to England know. I want to say somewhere in the neighborhood, I believe Chuck said 26 hours. That's a long flight. And apparently, Chuck doesn't get a lot of sleep on the plane. I get it. I can understand that. They're not exactly the most comfortable things to sleep in. I mean, those of you that have flown and tried to sleep, you know what I'm talking about. Some of you are fortunate enough that you're able to do that just fine. And kudos to you. You're a trooper. Now, I've tried it. I've done it. And I've been able to make it work. But there are much better ways. I mean, thankfully on the flights that I've been on, they've been short jumps. So I can cheat myself out of that sleep if I have to and catch up on it later. But when you've got a 26-hour flight, Chuck was still kind of in zombie mode when I talked to him today. So that being said, Chuck is home, but he will not be joining us for this episode because he's trying to catch up on his rest. That's why we're doing a recap of England on Sunday. And I guess I will throw that out there now. I'm not sure if it was in the comments or if it was in the post and I just missed it. But some of you may recall seeing a post from Chuck the other day And who knows, maybe I'm the only one that misinterpreted that, but Chuck had made a post the other day, a number of photos, which was basically a montage of things that everyone had found, not just Chuck. So the golden cat that was pictured in that was not a find that Chuck made. Chuck says that he did the best he could to try and explain to everyone that he did not make that find. That was not his find. I may have misunderstood because the other day I thought it was his. Maybe I missed it in the post or in the comments. So in case anyone else had done that, well, then that makes a couple of us. Welcome to Ian that can stand corrected. Chuck did not find that golden cat. That being said, there's an interesting story with it. I'll let Chuck share that Sunday. And it just, when you stop and think about some of these items, especially that small cat, that thing was very interesting. And you could look at it, you can tell it's a cat. Now, how does that sit in a farm field all of these years, a plowed farm field, yet it's still intact? That's phenomenal. I mean, sometimes it just, the hobby never does cease to amaze. I mean, that's cool. I want to say, well, that was interesting. I wonder what happened there. I've not seen that before. All of a sudden I get a message on my end that the chat was disconnected and then successfully connected. I don't know. Did the show drop? I wasn't watching. Maybe, well, looks like my monitors are still responding. Let's see. Huh. Interesting. Happened last show too. Studio stayed up. Only for a couple seconds, though. Just got quiet for a few seconds, and then I'm going to have to guess that the feed picks back up wherever it dropped. I don't know. Huh. I may have to go back and listen to that myself tomorrow. But yeah, very small item. But for it to have survived in these farm fields all those years and still was intact. I mean, you folks, I'm sure, saw the photo. it did not look any worse for wear, really. And that one, is a little bit of a oddity, a little bit of a rare piece, I guess. And it's very possible that one may find its way into the museums. Whether or not it does, we'll wait and see. I mean, hopefully so. I mean, really, it's kind of neat. If you have not seen the post, go check it out. It's something else. It is something else. Nice, Phil. Did you get us thrown in YouTube jail? Hey, I don't know what happened. I was an innocent bystander. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I didn't even realize anything had happened until I saw that the chat had been disconnected. I don't know. Maybe I didn't pay the bill in time. I'm joking. That was strange. I'm not sure what that was, what would cause it. But who knows? I don't know. Well, I don't. Yeah, Jason, YouTube could have a jail as well. I mean, apparently Jersey seemed to find a way. The cat seemed to find a way to put Scott in it for a little bit. On one episode earlier this year, which unfortunate for Scott. I mean, we felt terrible about that. But hey, then we did get a good laugh out of it too. I want to say not too long after that, Scott had won a prize, a mystery prize. And we had sent him a photo of the cat along with a wooden nickel from Pet's Potpourri. It was a store based out of Lima, Ohio. I mean, I've got a number of Ohio tokens that sometimes that gets put out in the mail for prizes. And another thing to mention, speaking of prizes, do not be surprised if with Dig Your Plug, whatever it is that they win, there's also don't be surprised if there's not a marble or two to go along with that. Just because of the simple fact of we all know how big Mike was about marbles. So we'll probably throw a couple of marbles in too. And I believe there's going to be a number of marbles this year in the kids' Christmas giveaway. Steve Dave P. in the house. Well then. So we will have, I believe, anyway, I believe we're kind of doing a little bit of a marble theme in conjunction with the kids' Christmas giveaway this year, which the kids' Christmas giveaway this year may be scaled back a little bit. It may be done a little differently. The dates may change compared to what it has been in the past years, but there have just been a lot of things going on this year behind the scenes that it's been taxing for many people. But yes, I do believe there is going to be a marble sort of theme this year, because Mike always got such a kick out of the kids' Christmas giveaway. Let's see. I see Barb talking about the last price that she received from Mike. Well, you know, sometimes that's the way it goes. Hey, nice. Anytime you can get a marble show up in the scoop, take it. Take it, take it, take it. All day long and twice on Sunday. Especially if it was an older one. I'm going to have to guess it was a more modern one, but hey. Anytime you get those incidental finds when you're out detecting that we know the detector doesn't pick up normally, you know, a stray arrowhead, glass bottle, beads, pipe stems, marbles, ceramic buttons, you know, anytime you get those incidentals like that, that's just icing on the cake, because the odds that you just happened to cut a plug or took a scoop at that point and it shows up are astronomical. And sometimes that's what makes them so cool. Just saying. Just saying. So something to keep in mind there, definitely. I mean, I get a kick out of seeing that stuff. When it shows up, hey, it's great to see. Definitely great to see. All right. Oh, Barb says she found a marble in her scoop this year too. In June. Cool. Definitely. Hey, take them anywhere you can get them. There ain't nothing wrong with that at all. Either way, it has been a hectic weekend. Oh, and just about dropped a garage door on myself Saturday night. So that's another repair I've got to get out and do. I've got to repair a cable on the garage door. We're working on it. I went out to take care of it yesterday. Things came up. I was missing a piece. Went out to try and dig for said piece today. Things came up. Had some errands to run. Had some banking to do. Things of that nature. Tomorrow doesn't look good either. So maybe by this weekend, I'll have the garage door fixed. Hopefully. We'll see. But it's been a hectic weekend. It's been kind of a taxing week. It's been a long day. I know it's been a long trip for Chuck. Chuck's getting his rest. He'll be back as bright-eyed and bushy-tailed as possible Sunday to give all of us a recap on the England hunt. For those that are interested in hearing about those finds, and I'm sure you folks will be, there were some very neat things found. I want to say 4 or 5, maybe even 6 gold items showed up on this trip. At least 4 or 5. So very, very cool. And we'll get to hear all about those Sunday. But I figured I'd still go live tonight, give everybody a recap, some updates of what's going on, what's coming up, what will be going on, and let everyone know that we are attempting to move forward with, I know everybody was wanting us to bring Dig Your Plug back. I'm still trying to figure out a way to tie it all in. I think probably what we'll do that night is I'll bring Chuck in over the phone so that he can hear everyone as they're calling in, and you folks can hear everyone as they're calling in. And that's the way we'll run it over here on the live stream side. So we're still trying to put all that together, get all of our ducks in a row, and hopefully we should have a board set by the end of, or near the end of October. And it will be kind of the Mike Laquamet edition of Dig Your Plug, that board. Just a little something for everyone to enjoy. And we know that Mike would get a kick out of it as well, obviously. Like I said, he hated to see people dig pull tabs. Hated to see people dig pull tabs. Either way, I think we're going to go ahead and roll on out. We're going to cut out a little early tonight, folks. But at least we were here. At least you were here. In the meantime, don't forget, there's always the gang over at Detect America on Mondays. We're here Wednesdays, Sundays, as time and everything else allow. We'll see you on the next one. Have a wonderful evening, folks. We're out of here.
We sure are glad you found us here tonight. Thanks for dropping by and joining in. If you like metal detecting, treasure hunting,
gold prospecting, or even entertaining discussion, check us out Wednesdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern, on your favorite podcast distribution services.